Kuia te mukatangata ki ngā paupau o te whare. Te reo koroki, te reo korori. Te reo waiti ahine, te reo hia ānaro. Kei aku hui a kei mana wā rarau. Rarau, rarau mai rā.
Kiko! 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 Tirahia teipera te tāna o te titi waikori na kore mai rā. Kore reke tiwai waka i te waikori o te tautara he nono ti tata te
Greetings to those of you from near and far and from home, from the Maori of Aotearoa. Welcome. Yes, that was a ritual practice to welcome friends and family into a sanctuary meeting home like this. So the louder we scream at you, the more we like you. We hope you feel welcome. There's a way to greet properly. There's the verbal greeting and the coming together in friendship. Now, let's do the verbal greeting. Everyone say kia ora. Kia ora. Good. Kia ora meaning long life and good health. Ora is life. Many cultures say that as part of their greeting. So in many contexts, you'll hear it as a hello, goodbye. You'll hear it as the way to say good job, thank you, or you're talking too much. But the other way to greet is the hongi. We invite two of our young people to demonstrate how we come together in friendship by pressing nose to nose and forehead to forehead twice. Once for the living, the second time for ancestors. This way, we acknowledge each other as individuals. We acknowledge who gives us the breath of life. It's a spiritual connection, and we think it's a nice way to welcome somebody, to greet somebody. We want you to try it, not with us. We don't have the time. Turn to the person next to you. Remove that hat and press your nose to their nose twice. Don't rub the nose, that's another culture. And don't have the lips, that's another ritual. Just press the nose and breathe in. And if that's too difficult to do, just say to that person next to you, kia ora. Meaning I don't want to press my nose to yours. Ora life, so welcome everyone. All our young people here are from Aotearoa. You'll see it on your map, Aotearoa, White Roa Long, a name that was given 7 centuries before the European name of New Zealand. But there are names even before Aotearoa, an ancient mariner named Maori around 1500 years ago. Calls it the North Island was given the name of his boat. In the South Island, the Greenstone Waters. Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. And so it was about 1,000 years ago that the Polynesians migrated down to the southernmost part of the triangle of Polynesia. Outside, at the apex of this meeting house, is an ancestor carved to remind us of who he was and who the building represents. The backbone and ribs are above you. The name of this ancestor is Hawaii Cultural. And it was about 2,000 years ago he came from the east, and these islands were named after him. 1,000 years after Hawaii Cultural begins the migrations from Hawaii Tahiti Cook Islands to Aotearoa. On the wall would be a representation of those ancestors who migrated from these islands to Aotearoa. Captains of canoes, spiritual leaders, and all of our young people here have a connection to make all of them Maori. Most of them can connect to many of these carvings represented here. What we want to do is invite them to come back up on stage. So all of our young people here going to school, attending university, singing their way through to get that degree, to go home and serve their community, and spread peace internationally. Thank you everyone for being here to help with their goals of education. We will present to you now the more contemporary, familiar sound that was introduced when the holiday settled. It's called Waiata, the action song.
Oh!
course, the music also would be passed to the generations of their ancestors and what was important. But there was another way to make a connection to an ancestor. It was done in a native language. It was done in a formal way. I'd like to invite forward one of our students to make that connection for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a big, loud, vicious kia ora? Yeah! Sweet. Can I please draw your attention over here to your left? Here in Kampong is my ancestor, Tamatea Kinui. Can you all repeat after me? Tamatea Kinui. Tamatea Kinui was the great captain of my waka, the Taki Tū Waka, who sailed to Aotearoa many, many years ago. Alongside of him, he fought 3 chiefs or tohunga high priests. Their names were Ruawharo, Tūpai, and Te Rongapātahi Pūtahi. We'll get there soon. Well, with the help of these 3 wise men, the Takitimu Waka was able to travel the rough winds, the crashing waves, and make it to Aotearoa in peace and safety. Now, what these 3 courageous men have taught me is that no matter where we go in life, especially when we drive our little walkers around, our bodies we have someone to rely on. For you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Aloha, kia ora, ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa.
Yes, Te Ao came up from New Zealand. He wanted to cut lawns at the university, but we said, no, you belong on stage. So the world's a better place because of that. But all of our young people have a story to tell, a connection to make. Again, thank you for your attendance here. Now, there was another way to bring up the feelings of what was important, and that expression was also found in poi, ball it into a string. Our island cousins will take food and soften it and mash it and eat it. And that's their poi, but for the Maori, you beat it, pound it, wrap it, tap it on hand and body to create the rhythm for the chant. And even the motions characterize the beauty of the world around us. We present you now the fullest skill and grace and variety with poi. And yes, we'll give you the experience outside, have a twist and a twirl with the poi on the grassy area over there. Auntie Shara, is that you? Raise your hand, Auntie. Okay, right in the center, everyone, we have my auntie, and let's bring back some emotions because it was quite a few years ago that she was here gracing the stage doing the twirling of the poi. Actually, it wasn't the stage, I think it was the floor. I don't know if they made stages back then, but welcome, Auntie. Welcome back. Give her a big welcome, everyone, because we have the Shara. The center is about 55 years old, and she's been here to help out with our students as a cultural expert in the use of Hawaii. Are you here with Mrs. Buck Shelford, right? This Buck? Where's Buck? Where's Buck? Right there. Oh, there you are. Okay, sorry, I don't have deep glasses. All right. Well, we'll get to you after. All right. What we're going to do now is an activity, a game, a drill, an exercise that will quicken hand and eye for the young warrior training. The Maori once were warriors in terms of intertribal warfare. And that was 150 years ago prior. They would use the implements that you see on stage, in song and dance. These were the means of warriors to quicken hand and eye, make you wear movement all around. The warrior was in the middle. Sticks were thrown to him in the center. He'd throw it back out. And then he'd have to look all the way around and not get hit by that stick. If you get hit, pain will teach you, catch that stick or get out of the way next time. Well, here we have Kiwa in the center, and he's got the same task to ensure the safety of his people and to stay alive. Sticks will go in and out as we sing the song and tune. It's now a game, a song called a Titi Toya. The stick game. I came a long way, paid a lot of money to see the fast game, not the slow one that you just did. So we just want you to yell out two words, everyone. Those two words are, Jump Teddy! Jump Teddy! You just said, faster please. Good luck. Yes, you too can throw a stick at your loved one. It's legal over here. And we'll show you how in the corporate area after our presentation. This was a way, again, to unite the warriors together. But there was another. It is known as haka. Worldwide known as the war dance. Yes, it was in times of war, sending a brutal message to the enemy on the battlefield. In times of peace, though, it's a way to acknowledge each other. We honor those of you who pay tribute to those of you who sacrifice for your homeland. You'll see this on the steps of Parliament. And of course, always before a good game. honor of the All Blacks, we do that expression of that warrior, and also to pay tribute to Black legend who played with the All Blacks. Of course, we know the world champions of rugby from New Zealand. There was a symbol of peace for the Maori. Ponamu, Nefrite, the stone of green, was placed at the boundaries of tribes. The Tautau, Ponamu, Yakoyai, Makuri, Wake, let the green stone door never be broken open to bloodshed forever. And this is the truce that was agreed upon by those chieftains and tribes in war 150 years ago or so. Wanting to put an end to bloodshed, placing the symbol of peace, renewal, during hope, growth, of the boundaries, likening it to a door, is still standing in place today. We hope the remainder of your life's journey abounds in peace, and thank you for being a part of our life, everyone. Maori Cultural, enjoy your day. Kia ora!